Well, hello, hello, and welcome back, y'all. I hope you're ready. I don't think you're ready because this turned out way different than what I had initially was thinking. And yeah, it's not at all what a lucky clover house should look like. So make sure you hit like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Let's just get into it. Here we are. I can't help but laugh at myself. This is yeah, not at all what I was going for initially. I wanted a lot of green, for a lucky clover house, and that's not what I ended up with. It took a turn very quickly. Um yeah. I mean, I started with the green roof and I kept it, and I found, pillars that actually looked good, and that's where it all started to turn. Because the only pillars that I felt looked good were these stone ones, I think from the castle estate. Yeah. So that's where it started, and that is not where it ended by any means. I've got Castle Estate stonework outside, the stairs, the doors, the windows. What is that called again? The spandrels and the fencing. I think the fencing is also Castle Estate. I mean, oh boy, but it's cool. I think it's cool. So I will show you around. I did get these broken walls from Debug. So if you download it, you may want to have that cheat turned on before you download it. Because I'm not sure, but I think if you don't have that on when you download it, they could potentially not be there. I had thought about not using them, but I kind of liked it too much with it. It was a last minute choice, but I really like it. So anyway, yes, the tree is definitely in your way, and so is everything else. I am in Brindleton Bay, and although as beautiful as this site or this world is, it's a little, yeah, it's a little annoying in places. But anywho, we've got this giant tree over here, which this is the normal size of the tree, and then I made the same tree smaller by one. This tree back here, I made that larger by one because I wanted a big tree. But we do have a lot of green, well, okay, a green roof outside and a lot of greenery outside as well. Love these Castle Estate walls. I thought, you know what? We can make it like, I don't know. We'll make the inside different. And yeah, that didn't change once I got inside. You'll see. But we do have the other tree over there with some greenery surrounding it. We go around here to the left side of the property, and you've got a nice little stone walking path, gardening area, a homemade or handmade, I guess, pond over here, which I love. Added the greenery, left a little open spot, little fishing sign, also from Debug, by the way, and telescope over there. Now, I was so mad. These little stone paths here, as much as I love them, I also hate them because I took the time and I made this beautiful little path going all the way over here to the stairs, to this little pergola thing, and all the way around to the other exit or entrance to the backyard. And it was so cool. And then I went to play test it, and she was over here in the kitchen area. And I had her go to the swing set to make sure she wasn't going to hit the fence when she was swinging. She goes all the way around, comes out the front door onto the swings. And I was like, well, wait, why? So I tried to get her to go back on patio from the swing set. So instead of going this short little route this way, she went all the way around through the front door. And I'm like, what the hell? Turns out she can't walk on the path. Nope. Sims cannot walk on these cute pathway stones, which is so aggravating. So I had to take out about half of the stones that I had laid and kind of rearrange them a little bit so they're more of a zigzag pattern. So if she comes out the back, if you follow my arrow, she's going to come down around here, go this way, go this way, go this way to the pergola. Or she'll just cut through the middle, go through the swing set. She goes to the front door, she'll just kind of zigzag through. And it was just so annoying. And I'm mad about it because the path looked so cute. I was so mad. But anyway, I digress. We have this gorgeous Gothic swing set. Love it. And then the outdoor trash can over here. And then the fence, there's no gate that I felt worked with this fencing, so I just opened it up and left it open. So there are a few activity items outside, so that's always a good thing. Now, on the porch, we do have a mailbox and a chess table over on the right and some planter pots over on the left. Those are the only colorful flowers in the exterior, period. But we do have some lighting outside. It is not the best lighting, but it is lighting. So, yeah, just had to go with the Gothic look outside. So I had to use Gothic looking lanterns. So, yeah, there you go. So if you're ready, let's go inside. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. So this is what we walk into. This is what you see. I really like this build. I think it came out so cool. So we do have the candle chandelier. Over here on the left of the entrance, you have your coats and your umbrellas. On the left, you just have the window, as well as some paintings on the walls, some curtains. I think the curtains worked out. I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to find curtains, but I think the curtains worked out pretty well. And the stupid roof is clipping again. Can't fix it. It is what it is. Over here, you have the little desk area with just a few little knickknacks and the coolest dragon ever. Well, not the coolest, but the coolest one that I found in The Sims. Anywho, some plants in the corner. The living room. Love the living room. Yes, I do. Love the colors. I love the rug. I love the color, the deep blue color of the wall. And this piece here is from Businesses and Hobbies, but I made it smaller by 2 so it would fit on the wall a little bit better. The original size was just way too big, and only making it smaller by 1 just made it too crowded. So I just made it smaller by 2, and it worked out just great. But we do have a TV, video game console, magazines, books, and this table here is also, I believe you can also read books from that as well. But I love it. I love it. I love that they're all the same basic color, but they're not matchy. And I love that. In through this door, we have the cool bathroom. Yes. Love the brick walls in here. I wish I could do brick in my bathroom or in my house. Oh, I gotta fix that blue wall. I should be a brick. Anyway, we have the shower, which I kind of pushed into the corner a little bit so that the shower walls weren't showing because I don't like the shower walls. It just wasn't working. So I pushed it into the corner just a little bit so that the the rock wall would show through. And I love it. Nice modern toilet, nice little sink, gorgeous, gorgeous windows. Would love to have those kinds of windows. We'll go in the kitchen in a minute. Over here is the bedroom. Look at this. Again, with the clipping of the ceilings up on the roof, you can't do anything about that. But you've got what you need. You have a red bedroom with the blue living room, which I think worked out great. This bed is Gothic, in my opinion, and I think perfect. The carpet or the rug is perfect. Love it, love it, love it. And then over here on the nightstands, these nightstands I turned sideways so that they would fit. Otherwise, they weren't going to fit. So we've got a little bit of clutter there and then some plants over in this section here as well. And just a little bit of stuff on the walls. Not a ton. And then we walk out, kitchen. Oh my God, the kitchen. We'll see. Look at the kitchen itself in a minute. But this is a little dining area. I think it's cute. We've got some tarot cards on the walls, which Sims, if you're listening, please make a tarot deck using these cards. I will buy it. I promise. And I swear there's going to be a ton of other people that buy it too. Anyway, I tried to find some tarot cards that weren't too tarot-y, more so looking like a picture, more so than a tarot card. So I thought those worked out okay. Could be worse. Okay, the kitchen. I'm working with an octagonal kitchen. This is what I got. I don't think it looks bad at all. I like it. I like it a lot. It's so different from a traditional style kitchen. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't hard, but it wasn't like super easy. I think the hardest thing was getting this stupid corner cabinet on the right side. Wanted it on the right side, not the left side, and it kept like flipping over and flipping over. So eventually I had to take the wall off behind it and move it into place next to the cabinet on the left. I'm over here like showing you with my hand on the screen. You can't see me doing that. That's why the camera was still. I'm sorry. But yeah, that was a fun thing. Those little edge cabinets sometimes are a pain in the butt, but they're really cool and they're worth the work. So we've got over here, we've got this old stove. I did not know what to put in that corner originally. I had a plant, but it just, I don't know, it just didn't look right. And then I remembered the kitchen clutter kit had the hanging basket thing, so I put that there, and I think it works out great. I like how that looks. I know you still have an empty hole down in there in the bottom, but it's fine. That basket kind of fills up that little gap a little bit. And then the pots and pans. These cabinets up here, they are, as you can see, they're clipping into each other, but that's what I had to do. That was the only way. So I've got two cabinets on this wall here and one cabinet on this wall here. So, I mean, luckily they're not usable cabinets anyway, so it doesn't matter. But down here, these cabinets, these countertops are not usable. There are two cabinets on this wall right here where the utensils and the cookbook are. And then the cabinet right next to it that has the dishes sitting on it, that's also clipping into this one. So all three of these cabinets, I guess they could be functional, but since they're clipping so badly, I was like, you know what? Those are the ones, those are the cabinets, those are the counters that I'm going to clutter. And that's fine. I did, if I'm not mistaken, yes, I did make these curtains smaller by one and placed them on the windows because at full size, they were clipping into the sink or the faucet on the sink. I didn't like how that looked, so I made them smaller by one. Now, I tried to make them smaller by two, but in doing so, they were too short and they didn't fit the window right. So made them smaller by one and it was perfect fit. Love this old ice box, and then added a couple of shelves with some more kitchen clutter up there. This counter, this one right here, is the one that your Sims will be able to cook on. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if corner cabinets can be cooked on. I don't think they can be. I could be mistaken, but I don't think that they can be. So you do have this one counter right here that you can cook on, or your Sims can cook on. So that's a plus. And then, you know, the trash can down there on the bottom. And yes, she can get around the table just fine. Again, chandeliers, same candle chandeliers throughout. Now I did, because they were kind of dark, I did add a tiny saucer light and made it super small and added the tiny saucer light in the middle of each of the chandeliers because, yeah, like I said, it was just way too dark. And then you come out through the back door and there's your grill, your patio set, and your backyard with your lake. And God, that view is beautiful. I can just see wild animals just running around every night. Oh, that would be so amazing. Now, like I said, this build kind of took a life of its own. There it is. We have that table, the seance table. And I had it sitting out here by itself, you know, on the little stones. I had on each corner the candles, the candelabra things with just the table on the little on the stonework path. But I was like, you know what? That's just not good enough. So I was like, give me a pergola. Pergolas were way too big. So I was like, well, give me a canopy. And I'm thinking like outdoor canopy for like a picnic table or selling table or something like that. And then I saw this one. Oh my word. I was like, perfect. That is perfect. So I placed it down, moved my candles inside the canopy. And yes, she can sit in every single one of these chairs. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And I love it so much. Like I said, it just, this build just took on a life of its own. I was like, yep, that's perfect. Yep, that's perfect. And it just went from there. And I'll tell you what, I love it. I really, really do. It's, yeah, it's still a clover. It's just, it's a lucky clover. So you don't have to have any fear of living here. It's still a very lucky clover. So yeah, it's just not all green and pretty inside. That's all. It's a little dark in more ways than one, but I love this. I had so much fun putting this together. It's a little difficult to find some things to put up on the walls that went with the way this was going. I think I managed okay. There isn't a ton of clutter, but it's cluttered up enough, in my opinion. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. I do. If you do want to download this one and play around with it or redo it, you can find it on the gallery under St. Patrick's Day or my hashtags lilmomma Momma-One. And you can let me know what you think about it in real life or, in sim life, I guess. Anyway, if you do redo it or whatever, let me know where to find it so I can go check it out. And I'll probably put you in a video at some point. Anyway, do hit like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And until next time, y'all, have fun.